This is Lewis Hart for Boxing Social in association with Empire Fight Store and William Hill. Delighted to be joined with the Master of Knowledge, Spencer Fearon. Mate, we've just seen Oleksandr Usyk stop Daniel Dubois. A lot of controversy. I think initially your thoughts on the fight?
I thought, let's just be realistic now. If Daniel Dubois had pulled this fight off and won, yeah, it would have been the biggest upset in boxing history. All right? Let's not get fooled by what he was up against. Daniel Dubois hasn't fought nobody remotely close to a man who was an Olympian, a World Games gold medalist, a undisputed cruiserweight champion, a unified heavyweight champion. He hasn't fought nobody near remotely. Who's the best guy on his record that he's had a win over? Nathan Gorman, right? Probably. So let's put that in perspective, number one. So for him to have performed in a way that he did, all the credit in the world should be given to Don Charles. All the credit in the world should be given to Ali Bashir. All the credit in the world should be to Ian Dewberry. And also Daniel Dubois' father, David Dubois, for, maneuvering his son in a way that he did. I believe that Daniel Dubois right now, as we're speaking, should be heavyweight champion of the world. Right? I stand on it. Usyk is very, very clever. And it was the same referee that handled him in the second Joshua fight when Joshua was going down to the body. And Usyk, because he has a sense of royal entitlement, like he can actually dictate to referees what to do, because he got hit with a body shot quite a few times, and he looked to the ref like, I've been hit low, right? If Usyk didn't make a meal of it, the referee would have called that a body shot. And then also, where he got hit, I've seen the videos. I've seen loads of the videos now that everybody's sending me. Massive big up to my guy, Al Hamilton, MBE, who said, like, this is disgusting. And it was disgusting to the simple fact that if it was a low blow, then maybe a point should have been taken away. If it was a low blow, and I'm saying I'm nowhere where you've seen low blows. There's certain times I've seen low blows so low that it hit somebody on the kneecap, right? That wasn't the case there. Usyk made a meal of it because we know predominantly Usyk doesn't like body shots. We saw when Anthony Joshua went to the body, he didn't like it. We've heard the stories of Martin Bakoli knocking him over from the body shots. He got hit. It was a body shot. It was on the line. But also, when you have a ball protector on, right?
Yeah.
Your ball protector, certain ball protectors do go over your navel, certain don't go over your navel. His one goes over his navel. That was a body shot. That wasn't below the navel. It wasn't. It hit him on the navel. That was a body shot that totally winded him, and he made a meal of it. And because he made a meal of it, he has robbed a British boxer of making world boxing history by beating the odds and becoming heavyweight champion of the world. Right? It was a massive ask for Daniel Dubois going in there anyway. Usyk is frigging a genius. He's a genius, but he also knows how to control referees, and he controlled the referee pretty sound as well. And more so, even so, that people actually say, nah, that was low. And I'm saying respected names are saying that was low, but let's just be right. If that fight was anywhere else, it weren't in Poland, which is heavily influenced by Ukraine, Daniel Dubois will be heavyweight champion of the world. So as far as I'm concerned, Daniel Dubois should be heavyweight champion of the world.
So what you said there about Usyk with the referees and him sort of like knowing how to sort of control referees, it's a simple question for me. If this was the opposite way, you think that's definitely getting counted as a body shot if Usyk's hitting Dubois sort of low or anything like that?
Of course it would be. Of course it would have been. If Usyk could have thrown that shot at Daniel Dubois and Daniel Dubois got hit in the same spot and went over like that, he'd have been counted out on the count to 10. right? But because Usyk is a star, and I'm telling you also, there's a lot of people in the world that are Ukraine sympathizers. Because even Frank Warren was having a go and saying like, "Oh no," and then but he had to pull himself to say, "Listen, we know he's a star because everything is happening in Ukraine and everything else, right?" The war in the Ukraine shouldn't have nothing to do with people judging a fight, but unfortunately, we do have conscious and unconscious bias, and I think we saw that today. I think we saw a slightly conscious and unconscious bias that happened to Daniel Dubois. Daniel Dubois should be heavyweight champion of the world today, right? He was losing the fight, right? But he was in the fight and he fought very, very gallantly. And he hurt Usyk quite a few times. And you could see afterwards the manner of respect that Usyk gave to Daniel Dubois because he knew that he was in a fight. But you know what? Usyk is a genius. Let's not kid what Daniel Dubois was going up against. He was going up against a genius. But a genius that has fallibilities and a genius that, as far as I'm concerned, was that round 5, the body shot?
Yeah, round 5. Round 5 was a body shot.
Round 5, the body shot. Daniel Dubois should have become heavyweight champion of the world.
Frank Warren said that he's going to launch an appeal. Do you think that, about a potential rematch? Do you think that's the next logical step after this? I know it's only, it's literally just been about an hour since the fight, but do you think a rematch is necessary now after that?
He should launch an appeal simply because Daniel Dubois took the guts to say that he's going to step into the ring and fight Oleksandr Usyk. And he did that. And all the credit in the world should be given to him for taking that step up, which was a massive, massive ask on his behalf. Right? And fair play to Daniel Dubois because he went out there and he tried. He really did try. And that was a decent performance on his behalf. And and I wish him all the best for his career and anything else that he does on from this moment in time. But I'm going to say this again because I'm going to keep this short. Daniel Dubois should be heavyweight champion of the world. Keep on doing what you're doing, Lewis, for Boxing Social. I think you're doing an excellent job. I really do. I think you're doing an excellent job and keep on pushing forward. But to get the full breakdown, you'll get that later on because we're in the Sunday now with me and Tunde Ajayi on The Fight Is Right.
But I was going to link it anyway, man. Don't
Boxing
worry.
podcast. But you guys at Boxing Social, I like it. And I like how they're getting in young guys like yourself, who are passionate about it. Charlie Pearson, like they're getting you young guys who are just diehard passionate about boxing. It's so needed because like I'm the old guard now, right? But it's so needed that young guys like yourself are pushing it, but you're also respecting the integrity of the sport. And as long as you respect the integrity of the sport will respect you. So keep on doing what you're doing. I salute you. And that's why I got time for you. That's why I can speak to you.
I appreciate it, man.
At night while I want to go to bed and get some sleep. But I saw a message from you and I said, I've definitely got to give you that interview. All right, my bro?
Top man. Thank you for your time, man. I really, really appreciate it. And the words mean a lot as well, man. Top man. Big up yourself, man. Thank you.